Okay. Wait, do you happen to have a USB-C adapter so I can project it? Let's go. I lost mine. I think I gave it to somebody in Leap, and then they never returned it.
It's like pretty important. Wait, where is it? I got it.
Does it have a...
Yeah.
Yes. Nice.
Thanks for paying donuts.
Yeah, thank Ash when he brought
Of course.
quite a bit.
I had no idea how soon. I hope so. Otherwise, you guys should take as many as you want.
For machining today, for HIP, we didn't get many numbers, probably because it's Deputy weekend.
True, yeah. I noticed a lot of people were going home.
Yeah.
And they're probably out doing something fun. Okay. Now to figure out how to use the projector. Instead of an on and off button, they have an on and down arrow. But the down arrow means off. Which is cool. Sweet. Okay. And I should be recording too. Yep. We'll see the stream. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna close. Okay, welcome guys. This will be the Ros2 tutorial. And so you might ask your first question would probably be, what is ROS? ROS is sort of like an ecosystem where somebody wanted to create something that was general for all robots. And so they wanted to make it so, let's say you have like a robot that can drive, or a walking robot, or a robot that just moves an arm. It'll be able to work in every situation. So it's sort of like the general way to create a robot, and yeah. So I'll bring up the first thing. If you guys could take out your computers and then follow along, that'd be great. Wait, what's your name, by the way? Maria? Marini? Okay. Cool.
I didn't bring my computer, but like, will it work on my iPad?
I think so,
Okay.
probably.
I hope.
So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the construct sim, and it's just a website. And then we're gonna wanna make an account here. This site's like really good for learning robotics because they allow you to like test your changes on real robots if you pay for it, and like try out mini tutorials. So like I was thinking maybe for like during Leap we could have like a month plan and then like let people in the software team try it out, because I think that'd be a good like helpful for them. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and log in. Okay, and then let me know when you guys are able to get to this page, the home page.
Oh, this took me straight into Ros basics in 5 days.
Really? Let me see.
It was like, what do you want to do?
Oh, it makes you like choose
Like tutorial. I think I can just go straight to the home.
Yeah, try to go straight to the home.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Sweet.
Mine does the same thing as this. It just sent me to like basic robotics and stuff.
Is there a home button anywhere?
Just press open course, and then it'll do the thing. That's not, and then there should be a bottom right corner button.
Oh yeah.
Looks like a home. Yeah.
Sweet, sweet, yeah. Yeah, they have a lot of courses, and some of them are pretty helpful, like the URDF one is pretty good. I think the more advanced ones are also not bad.
Which language should we use if we do a tutorial?
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing it in Python because I think that'll be like the easiest and one that everybody knows. But what's nice about ROS is you can do it in like C++, Rust. You can do it in almost any language that you want. But we're gonna do it in Python. So we need to go to My ROSjects, which is under Develop, and then create a new project. For the ROS distro, choose Ros2 Humble, because that is supported until 2027. So we'll do that one.
What is the distribution?
Yeah, so the distros, here, I'll show them. Okay. So the distributions are sort of like packages that are released and they'll stay used for a while. So for example, like here the one Humble that I recommended we use, they released it in 2022 and it'll stop receiving updates in 2027. And then like there's other ones like Iron is newer than this one, but it's only lasting till 2024. And then their new like long-term support one is Jazzy, which is from 2024 to 2029.
Just have like different features.
Yeah. Yeah, they have like different features and I don't know. There's not too much of a big difference unless there's like something you specifically need from the new one. But yeah. And then for the simulation, we will create our own, but some of these are pretty cool. Like the Turtlebot 4 one is actually really cool. You guys can check that out on your own time though if you want. And then we'll just do like learning Ros2 as the Ros check name or whatever you want it to be. Then once you create it, just hit run. Okay. So you'll see it open this. This is a Jupyter notebook. We can just close out of that because we don't need it. This one opened our simulation. We don't really need it right now, but we'll just like we'll minimize it because we don't need it. The big ones will be our code editor, which will be VS Code, and our terminals. And then something you can do with this too is you can open a new browser tab. You kind of have to switch between the two, which is annoying, but like we can have this whole tab be VS Code, which is kind of nice. Okay. So this pretty much set up like a whole environment that you're able to use. So if you run like ls, you can see we have like directories in here. Yeah, pull up the command line once you guys get into it, if you can. That'll be the first one. Sorry.
It says it doesn't support 2 tabs.
Oh, really? It says it can't. It's fine. Just make like,
Just the 2 windows.
yeah, do these 2 windows and then make this one like big. Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys have used the command line before, but ls is just list directories. It shows you like what folders are in your current, like wherever you currently are. And then there's cd, which is change directory, and those are like the two main commands you need to remember. It's ls, list directories, and cd, change directories. So let's say I'm going to change into this folder, Ros2 workspace. We'll do cd Ros2 workspace, and then ls. And now we see the directories or folders that are in Ros2 workspace. And then if we want to go back out from where we came from, we do cd ... And it brings us back to our home directory. Yeah. So now what we want to do, I'm going to pull up the Ros2 documentation, because we'll be following tutorials from there directly. And then we'll do humble. Okay, so for getting started, we pretty much went through the whole installation because the construct already installed ROS and installed all the stuff that we need, which is pretty nice. So we can go directly into tutorials. And then we are going to go into the turtle sim. So this will give you like a basic understanding of how ROS works and how we can use it on robots. So we will do that. So I recommend you guys open this tutorial because it has commands that you want to like copy and paste. I'll put it in the Slack so it'll be a little easier to follow. Should I just put in general? I'll put it in general under like,
You can put it in the thread.
yeah, on a thread. Okay. And so many desktops. Okay. So if you can open this page, and then here I'll give you a little background. But the first thing you want to do is update, so we'll do that, and we'll run it right in here.
So what is that command doing?
Update, so it's getting all of the system packages, checking to see if they're out of date by comparing them with the new versions on the servers, and then if they are, then it'll update it. It looks like it doesn't let you update, so we'll try to install this.
Should we be installing Ros Humble Turtle Sim?
Ros Humble Turtle Sim.
Turtle Sim? Oh.
Yeah. Ros Humble Turtle Sim, cause we chose Humble.
Yeah, I was on the wrong part of the documentation.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The at the bottom left, there's like different
Okay.
versions. Okay. Also Ros2, so it comes as a command line package as well. And so if you run Ros2, we'll do Ros2 help. Okay, it should not take this long, but it has a bunch of commands related to Ros2. And so if you do like for example, a command might be Ros2, yeah, what the fuck, to see what's going on with your system. So yeah, those commands will be useful later. So for example, like this one that we're gonna use, Ros2 package executables, we'll check to see if Turtle Sim is installed. So we'll do that.
How did you type in the Ros2 help?
The Ros2 help, I did Ros2 -- help.
Okay.
And on most like packages, you can do that. Like if I do ls -- help, it'll show like the help menu for ls, which was list directories. And there's a lot of info for it because it's so big. But
Can you go back to the website?
yes, this one.
Yes, because I don't have the Slack either.
Oh, you don't have the Slack?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to add you to the Slack right now?
Yeah, is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, let me know if that works.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm checking why my streaming is not working. Okay. Whatever.
It's still recording, right?
Yeah, it's still recording. It kind of sucks though because some people were like, "Oh, I'll join the stream."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess I'll have to watch the recording. Are you on the Slack? No?
Yeah.
Did it work?
I'm on
Okay,
it,
cool.
let me see. Because I had to do it on my iPad, so I could copy and paste from there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to do it on my phone.
That's fair. Wait, do you have a turtle necklace?
Yeah.
That's funny, yeah. All of the simulations that we're gonna be doing is a turtle.
Oh, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna keep going and then I'll catch you up if you need it. So the next one, the next command we're gonna be running is turtle sim draw square. So you'll see like we ran Ros2 package executables turtle sim, and it came with these 4 packages. And so now we're running one of the packages, which is turtle sim draw square. Do we have to do? Oh, never mind. We're gonna run the turtle sim node. I see. But all of these packages, they'll have like certain characteristics that you're able to interact with. So for example, we're doing, actually okay, let's look at this command, for example. So this command here does Ros2 run, and run just goes and checks for a node in a package. And so this package, the package is turtle sim. and it can have things called nodes, which are pretty much just programs that it's running. And so the program that it's running is called TurtleSim node. And so when we run that, it should open up a window for us here. Why is it so small?
It's supposed to be like full screen type of thing.
I feel like normally it isn't. That's odd. No, am I lagging? Please don't tell me I'm lagging. Hmm. What is
Yeah,
that?
that is what it.
Oh, that's
Like,
your
it looks
window?
like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why mine's so small.
I got the same as Chris.
Is it because you're streaming maybe?
Maybe, I think so.
Messing with your graphics.
What? Alright, let's reload that. What? Alright, let's try to open in the browser tab again. Dude, it's still tiny. Okay. I'm gonna try to do something in this and see if it will show up. Okay. Well, that's not gonna show up for me. But yeah, you guys should still keep following the tutorial. It should look like this normally. Like there's a blue screen and then the turtle's in the middle. And the turtle has a name, and so the name for it right now is /turtlesim. And then it also has certain coordinates that it spawns at. So it's spawning, the middle is this X and Y, and then it's this 0 theta is that way. So that's good to like remember.
I'm on the site, but I don't know where to see like the website.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You might have donuts for a while, Ashwin.
Huh?
You might have donuts for a while.
Yeah. Feel free to take some more.
That's so annoying. Okay. But yeah, so now in here, I want you guys to click the plus button and it'll open a new terminal. and then in the terminal, you want to run this node, which is turtle teleop key. And it's also under the turtle sim package. Let me So like when I run when I do Ros2 run turtle sim, you can press tab twice and it'll show you what nodes are available for you to call. So like these are the 4 nodes that you can run. You can run draw square, mimic, turtle teleop key, and turtle sim node. And so we just ran in one terminal turtle sim node and then one terminal turtle teleop key. And then there's these 2 other ones that we can call.
What do you press to get that?
The plus button, yeah. Yeah, so hopefully you guys can see the changes on yours. It's like normal, right? On yours?
Yeah, it's normal. I'm able to like control it via arrow keys.
It works? Okay.
Well, how do you get it to show what nodes you can?
Oh, yeah, so you do Ros2 run turtle sim, and then you just press tab twice, and it'll show the all the nodes right here. And that's pretty useful because instead of having to like go into the package directory, you can just press tab and it'll show it here, so it saves you a little bit of work. But yeah, you should be able to control your turtle now. But one thing that's interesting about this is, so in one terminal, you're running the GUI and the turtle there, and then another terminal, you're running another program that's interacting with the first one. And so, usually that's like a pretty hard task to accomplish in computer science and robotics, because we're essentially taking a program and interacting with another one in real time. And so that's very useful for us because let's say we want to have a program that runs our simulation and then another program that controls the robot in our simulation. We can do that instead of just having one big program that does both of those, like runs the simulation and controls the robot. So it's sort of like we're our functionality can be decoupled, which means like we don't have to have them close together. We can have them in different parts. So it makes it easier. And then, okay. Are you still having trouble with the...
Yeah, it's also because it's an iPad, so it's much worse.
Really? Is it harder to use with it?
I mean, I could use it. It's just I had to switch to Chrome, and then I also had to do a split screen. I can't copy from that directly, and I have to type it in manually.
Oh, really? I'm bad. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You could like see if you wanted to like see.
Yeah, at that point, because I mean, if I'm just gonna be far behind.
Yeah. Yeah, you can move your desks together, probably. I think.
So I'm moving with it was moving with the arrow keys.
Okay. Um, so yeah, here it shows like some stuff about it, and then yeah, the arrow key when you press it, it moves a short distance, and so here they say that like you wouldn't want a robot to continue carrying on an instruction if the operator lost connection to the robot, and that's important because like when we're making our robot, we're connecting to it over Bluetooth from our computer. And, you know, there might be times where we lose connection or some random thing happens that we want to make sure that if our robot stops receiving communications, we want it to just stop. We don't want it to keep running because that could be really bad. Um, So yeah, and then we'll keep going. So here's like different commands that we want to run, and we'll get different outputs for it. So I'll just show you guys here. You don't necessarily have to run it, but I think it would be good to. So Ros2 node list. You'll see we have the two nodes, and that makes sense because we went Ros2 run, which opens a node, and then Ros2 run opens a node. So these are our two nodes. And then here are topics, Ros2 topic list. These are 5 different topics that we have access to. You'll notice we have Turtle 1. That's the name of our robot. And we can change these 3 things about it, which is pretty useful because, for example, on the Ros2 run turtle sim, it might use like this topic command velocity in order to send it a velocity. There's also services. These are like the 4 main things to ROS, by the way: nodes, topics, services, and actions. The service list will have different things that we can get or set. So we can do like Ros2 I can't type into it. Oh, I think my Wi-Fi is going out. Yep, my Wi-Fi is out. Okay. Well, normally you could do like Ros2 service, and then I think it's get or something. No, I don't have Ros2 on here. But we'll just keep going. So, is this actually the command? I don't know if that's the right command. But you should be able to open RQT. Try to see if you can just run RQT, and it's just these 3 characters. I don't believe it might. I'm pretty sure it already has it installed.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, nice. And RQT essentially does like all of the things here, but it shows it in a window, so it makes it a little easier to understand, and then we can also like call things on there. But after you open it, you want to go to plugins, services, and service caller. This will allow us to call the services that we listed here. And then hit refresh and they should show up, and they'll list out in this menu right here, and then they'll have certain topics. Is it small?
It's not like tiny, but
You might be able to maximize it. I don't know.
it's so fat. I tried to maximize
Oh.
it in the. Cause I think it's running off of like a server computer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like a live stream. It's like perspective.
Okay, I have Wi-Fi again. We will open it up too. Okay, that's so like what? Okay, there's my. I'm not gonna use that. Okay, so under the services though, there should be like a spawn service. And in the spawn service, there's a topic. And then you can set like certain values on it, like the X position, the Y position, the theta, and then the name of the bot. So try setting it to like 1, 1, and then turtle 2. And if you try setting it with turtle 1, it'll give you an error. But I will do this. Try to do this just. No. I'm getting timeouts. For some reason, my connection is really spotty in here.
Where do you type in /spawn?
It should be in the service color here. Which you open. You go to plugins, services, and then service caller.
I'm not seeing the /spawn in the intro.
Oh really? That's odd. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna try running Ros2 service list. It should show up. Yeah, we're gonna try to refresh. This is the refresh button. Oh, here it is now.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes it
Okay.
needs to refresh. I don't know why. Well, the reason why is whenever you start it, it doesn't get like all the latest things. You need to refresh it so it runs the command in order to get it. But yeah, so the spawn service, and then you can set certain characteristics like this. And then you can hit call, and that'll spawn it into your game or simulation. Yeah, so another way you can do it is you can do like this, where you do it from the command line. So we'll do like call /spawn, and then service type is turtle sim /serve/spawn. And then we give it like values. Actually, we'll see, but no more Wi-Fi. Okay. What'd you say? Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay. That's good. There's also another service for set pen, which allows you to like make it draw lines behind it. This one we'll skip because it's not super helpful. And then this one's kind of interesting. So you can run turtle teleop key and then remap the turtle 1's velocity to the turtle 2's velocity. And what's helpful about that is you can make two turtles, do very similar things. But we will go next because I want to explain the main concepts. But from that, you sort of learn that there's services and then there's nodes. The node turtle sim node allowed you to open the GUI, and then there was a turtle sim teleop key that allowed you to open up controls to control it. And then the services allow you to change certain things. So like spawn allowed you to add a turtle in. So these are like sort of designs decisions that we can make when like creating our robot for Leap. Yeah, so the main element that we're going to be looking at right now in this picture is the node. The node is... My bad. The node is essentially a program that you're running, and it can have different like characteristics in it. And so one of the characteristics that this node on the left has, for example, is that it's a subscriber to this topic, and it's also a service client to this service. And so different nodes can have different like attributes about them. So yeah, let me see if let's see. And I don't think there's anything else that is very good here. So yeah, topics are another main thing in sort of the Ross graph, they like to call it. And it's a way to publish and subscribe to messages over two different programs. So a big problem in creating any sort of program in general is that you need a way to share data with other programs. And so the way that we're dealing with that is we're creating a topic in one program. I'm wrapped around the cord though. Okay, so one program created the topic, probably the publisher, and the topic could be something like, in the turtle sim, it might be velocity of the turtle. So then it publishes a message to the topic, and another node could receive it. And so, and publish the velocity, and then maybe like the teleop wanted to receive it for whatever reason, or they were publishing, and then the other one received it, the main node. So here we can see like a node is publishing to one topic, and there's subscribing to two different nodes are subscribing to it. And so there's sort of like many to many, which means multiple people can publish to it and multiple people can subscribe to it. It doesn't matter. Does that generally make sense, the topics? Yeah. Okay. And so a service is a call and response model versus what we were looking at, which is a publisher subscriber model. And so what that means is we have a service server on one node that starts the service, and then we'll have a client that requests something, and then the server will respond. And in our turtle sim example, the service was /spawn. So we, our node, which was us hitting call, was requesting to spawn a turtle at 1-1 and then with the name turtle2. And the server responded by adding the turtle and then telling us whether it added it or not. So it'll say like, yes, we added it, or no, we didn't. Yeah. And then here we can see that it doesn't have to just be 1-to-1. It can also be like 1 to many, but this looks kind of confusing. So we won't look at that. And then nodes, topics, services, then parameters we're gonna skip, and then actions. Okay, actions are sort of like the crux of services and topics, and it's because it uses both of them in it. And an action is super useful for, let's say you're controlling a robot and you need it to move from like one position to another. So you're at like x equals 1 and you need it to go to x equals 3. Well, one node might say, hey, I need to move to x equals 3. So we'll start at the action client, which is the action client is the one that wants to move to x equals 3. So the goal service client will then request at the goal service. It'll say, hey, can you move to x equals 3? The goal server will then respond and say, yes, I can do that. And then the goal server, while it's moving from x equals 1 to 3, it'll publish like states in between. It'll be like, okay, right now I'm at 1.1. Now I'm at 1.5. Now I'm at 2. And it'll keep sending it to the client to let it know where it's currently at. And then the result service will let the client know, hey, I'm done. And the client will be like, okay, yeah. So, for example, here in the turtle sim, this one actually might be worth running. I think we should run this one. So, let's see. So we have these both open. So each time you press one of these keys in the turtle sim teleop, you are sending a goal to an action server. And the goal is to rotate the turtle to face a particular direction. And so you guys can try clicking one of these keys and then F to cancel, and then it'll show, if you check like the first terminal, it should say something about, like give you information on that. And so, one way that we are using it in our robot and Leap is let's say we want our leg to move to a certain position, then we can type in that position and it'll tell us like um, all the positions along the way as it's moving there, and then it'll say, okay, now we're done. Oh yeah, we can also run Ros2 node info on TurtleSim, and it'll give us like services, publishers and subscribers, and then the action servers. And so the actions is the one we were looking at. It creates a server, and it allows you to rotate to a certain position. And then the action client is nobody, but whenever we like call it, we become the client, or we become a node that calls the client. And here it also starts all of these services too. With the services, there's like there's parameter services versus normal services, and parameters are more helpful. Like, let's say you create your robot and it has certain friction properties, and then you need to get it later. You can do that using parameters. You can also do Ros2 action list, and it'll show you certain things. If you add -t, it'll show you the type that you need to send it. Okay. And then let's see, launching nodes. Bruh. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, so we'll go into like actually writing code, because we haven't been writing code, but for whatever reason, I feel like we spend so much time on like just learning it, it gets sort of hard to start writing it. And so I especially like on the software team this year, I hope to spend more time writing it, because like the first quarter we didn't even, not many people on my team got to write code. But yeah. I'm gonna take a quick break though, if that's fine with you guys, like a 5-minute, 10-minute break, because we've been at it for a little bit.
I got a question. So what exactly is the difference between actions and like services?
Yeah, so I will show you. So a service, it'll just be like you send something and then you get a response, and it'll be
Like client server model?
yeah. And so it'll be sort of like instant. Like let's say you send something, you're like, hey, can you remove the turtle for me? And then the server will be like, yeah, I can do that. Mm-hmm. That would be like a simple service that you could implement. Whereas an action, it's sort of like, okay, I need you to move to a certain position. And then you also want to know like where it's at currently to get updates along the way. An action will give you the updates along the way, and then it'll also tell you, okay, now I'm done.
Okay, so it's like multiple, it's like one API call kind of, it's like one request and then you get messages over time.
Yeah. So it's more of like, actions are more of like a long-term thing, whereas services are like, okay, you do one thing and then get another. But also actions are kind of interesting because they're just sort of a service, a topic, and then another service. So you could just do the things an action does by implementing this, but they already have it included because it's used so often. I need to use a bathroom, so I'll be right back.
so many donuts.
Cool. Yeah, so we'll actually get into coding some stuff right now. So that'll be fun. And the first one we're going to be doing is writing a publisher and subscriber, which is nice because like that's whenever we create a topic, we're doing a publisher and subscriber. And so this will help create a topic and publish to it. So hopefully I have Wi-Fi. I do not. But anyways, you guys can click this. It's under client libraries and right here. Okay. That's annoying. Yeah, so thanks for attending, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry that we had a little bit of issues here and there, but hopefully you can say you've learned something, and I want to create something cool that you guys would maybe like. That's why I'm gonna do the coding one. Man, come on. Okay. I'll just look at your computer and see what it says. It's client libraries. And then the right.
I clicked on this one.
Yeah.
Library.
Yep.
Okay. So it said open new terminal and source your Ros2 installation. So I clicked on this and
Oh, okay. You can go back. It's already sourced.
okay.
Yeah, it does it for us, and then you don't have to think. So we do need to follow that command. And then, wait, let me see. Run ls. So, okay, so usually like Ros2 will set up like a workspace. So we have like this workspace here. And inside of the workspace we have a source folder. So we're gonna move, MB is move pi pub sub into Ros2 workspace / source. And so, forgot to put a space here. So here it's moving this folder into this one.
Okay.
And then we're going to delete onto Ros2 workspace. So now we're in that folder. You had an out, Ashwin?
Yeah, after that.
Alright, you taking the donuts with?
No, I mean, I'll leave
Yeah, I
it here
take
if
it.
you guys wanna take some home or take some to your friends.
Okay, nice, thanks.
Thank
Here.
you. Alright, have fun.
Peace, later.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, so we'll be following that here. I'll try to open it on the computer again. Let's see, because it's easier to show on the projector. I can't even connect to the Wi-Fi. That's annoying. Okay, we'll see. I'm gonna wait like a minute or two, and if it doesn't connect, then
You can use my laptop.
should I? Yeah, oh yeah, since it's not working. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, so here's our Ros2 workspace, and then
I think you need to move. Oh, you need to.
Oh.
Like,
let me set it.
copy the screen.
I'm gonna change it so it mirrors it.
Yeah, they do that.
Okay. So let's see.
You can just full screen.
Here. And then, did you have the this open too? Okay. Yeah, so Ros2 has a package create, and packages are nice because like we saw that the turtle sim was a package, and then inside of the turtle sim we open nodes like the turtle sim teleop or the main one, which was a turtle sim node. So now I'm going to move.
Do you want to record?
Yeah, maybe, yeah, that'd be nice.
I think you could.